Yeah.
set the table for what happened in the second.
For sure. We had a good start to the game, and then, Georgia Tech climbed back, made some tough shots, and then we just needed, we got a little cold, and then, yeah, we had, I think, you're right, it was 9. I guess I was going to say 2 quick threes with under 40 seconds, but that was significant, and then came out. And, you look at the turnovers, points off turnovers, that certainly was significant. It was great to have Reese back to give us a boost, and again, that run, I think, set the tone. And, yeah, we haven't had – it's been a while since we've had those kind of runs, and that felt good. And maybe it's because DeAndre Hunter was sitting behind the bench. I don't know. And Evan Nolte, I got to give them both a shout out. Well, although Evan gave us some, but DeAndre gave us. He scored a little more than Evan, but both those guys are there supporting us. And I thought the guys, played just for the most part defensively. Didn't give them anything easy, and then we got a few turnovers, made threes. And when you're not exchanging baskets, that's when stuff like that can happen.
Okay, we'll take one right in front here, and then in the second row.
It seemed like you didn't let Georgia Tech get untracked offensively. Did a good job of stepping out,
Yep.
stopping the ball, that type of thing.
Yeah, we thought it was really important. Josh does a good job. They have some new faces and good players, but their stuff is hard to guard. I mean, they run hard, and it feels like they get the first 7-8 seconds if they get something in transition. And we know we have to take that away against anyone. But then once you do that, then it's about, can you handle all their cuts, their dribble handoffs, and we tried to bounce the ball out a little bit when they do a lot of things, because they can fool you. I've seen them back cut people and sort of slice people up, but they, I think we were, again, we weren't perfect certainly, but for the most part defensively our guys came with the right mindset, and then we rebounded it well too. I thought that was good. We didn't give them too many second chance points, so it says 11. I think some of those might have been more at the end, but I thought that set the tone, and then we made some shots, which helped.
Ken.
Tony, forcing turnovers isn't necessarily part of what you guys do a lot, but they had 23 turnovers. What did you see on that end?
Yeah, I mean, again, some of that, you try to keep being in the right spots, and we have some guys with some gifted, Reese has gifted hands and anticipation. Kihei was scrappy. I thought all of our guys, for the most part, were scrappy. Look at the individual steals here. If anybody.
Armand had a career high 5.
Oh, Armand had 5. Yeah, I thought he was around the ball, got on the floor, and just, we really tried to be in position, and because they were coming into some crowded areas, the way we tried to set it, I thought our hands were a little more active, and that was the challenge for the game, not to go get a bunch of steals, but just be in position and don't wait defensively, be assertive defensively. And so, again, when you have the ball pressure of Kihei and Reese, and some of the ball pressure when we bounced that ball out on some of those plays, it allowed, I think, some guys to sort of be ready to anticipate and get their hands on stuff. And there was loose balls, and we got them.
Jeff, and then we'll take one in the back.
Kihei might be the shortest guy you've ever had working the middle of the zone offense. It seemed like you got, whether you made him or not, you consistently got good looks.
Yep.
In the zone offense. Were you happy with that?
For the most part, yeah, we've, you got to always have a couple different looks against their zones. Their zones kind of change. There's some really good zones. That's the thing about the ACC. There's different styles and systems, but we've done that before with Kihei. Used him to just kind of find the soft spots and have freedom to go all over, and some of the other guys, and he's good at that. And then, you sometimes want some of your better decision makers or guards in that high post or just areas, soft spots, to make either attack and kicks or decisions, and I thought he really did that. I thought he had a real nice game. He had command of his game. Sometimes you watch him like they have command of their game, and he just had it when he was in the lane, decisions he was making, and I thought that was nice to see.
He had another pick six.
Last game he got 2 steals in a row, back to back, and he's quick, and it's, again, that. When did he do that? That was in the second half, right? Yeah, got it. Yes, it was in front of our bench. No, he's, his ball pressure, and again, I think I was fortunate enough, and actually my longtime hero was in the crowd. I saw him sitting about 6 rows back, Mark Price. It's one of the greatest players. He's modern. The modern game of guard basketball was Isaiah Thomas of old and Mark Price. Special. I wore 25. I loved his game, and I got to play against him. But I played with Muggsy Bogues, and I've seen guys impact games. Muggsy was like that defensively, and Kihei has that. Just like they're going to get after the ball, they take great pride in it. And then a shout out to Mark, because he's the Currys and all the guys you see now. Mark Price had all that, and then some.
Right, middle.
Was there a part of that 1-3-1 that y'all thought you could exploit readily? Y'all got a lot of open threes in the corner, some kind of total, so.
Yeah.
Y'all really like to look for?
And a sound attack by Georgia Tech, because they, we haven't been shooting the ball particularly well, and I had a feeling they're gonna make us make some shots and jam certain areas. And again, their zone kind of it's like an amoeba or something that looks 1-through-1 and they'll scramble around, and they have another kind of 1-2-2 look. But yeah, it was trying to spread it out, but give guys like Kihei and other guys freedom. Then we did some ball screen stuff and just tried to be aggressive at attack, kick, swing, rhythm shots, get some, stuff at the rim. And so I really, I think that was important for us. As far as the specific ones in the corner, you're right, we got a lot of those. And I think when that ball gets in there, they have to condense, because we had some people right at the rim, so you got to pick your poison, so to speak. Give up something at the rim, or you might have to slide in, and our guys are doing a good job of reading the sliders or the guys that were in the corners.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, we'll have a couple players available outside of our locker room. Thank you.